first tournament for the South Carolina BFL on Lake Murray has came to an end. During the tournament day, I was facing some north winds. I weren't expecting for the wind to come out of the north like it ended up doing. The 2 days of practice that I did have, I was having south winds, and it was blowing bait and everything into the backs of the creeks that I was fishing. The fish were using the feeder creeks, the ditches and everything, going up to the spawning flats, getting ready to spawn as their migration routes like they normally do. I was finding them in the ditch and on the flats, chasing bait and everything during practice. But during the tournament day, with that change of wind, it calmed the water and made it slick as glass. So the fish became very spooky. Anytime I made any cast around or anything, you'd see them dart off and take off like little rockets. So it kind of hurt me towards the afternoon. Early morning I was still okay because of that wind having some chop on the surface, broke everything up. The fish weren't as spooky, but later on in the afternoon it really came to hurt me. The baits that I did use to catch all my fish, early in the morning I was using the bevy shad. I was taking it and cranking it down, leaving it suspended, jerking a little bit. Whenever I found those schooling fish, I would actually take it. I was using a 7-2 cranking carrot by carrot stick, make extremely long cast. It was a micro guide, allowed me to do that. Make those long casts of those fish. When the bait hit the surface, I would just start popping it. That way it dived down a little bit, looks like a wounded bait close to the surface. That paid off, got me 2 bites early in the morning. And whenever the sun started coming up, I ended up going and throwing my 4.5 inch squirrel tail worm on a lightweight Carolina rig in the ditches still, and managed to catch 3 more of my last keepers, and filled out my limit with it. So it came in and played a big part of my tournament. Another bait that ended up helping me a lot was the Classic Lures HH14 jig. Didn't get a whole lot of bites, but the bites I did get around the docks, I did get them on the jig. It was a green pumpkin. I was using a green pumpkin 5-inch double tail grub from Big Bite. So these were my bait selection, everything that I used. The rod and reel that I used mainly was the Ardent C400. Made long cast over to the fish, that way they weren't spooked in that clear water. And then the carrot stick with the micro guides allowed me to make them. I'll tell you, it became a valuable part of my fishing. And also with the sensitivity of these rods, they done awesome for me. Couldn't ask for a better rod, couldn't ask for a better stick to use to swing them in the boat either. So they done a lot of help for me throughout the tournament. But just to kind of recap everything, I did finish 69th out the tournament. Didn't do as well as I was hoping, but like I said earlier, that north wind came in, blew all the bait out of the backs of the creeks that I was in, but I did manage to get me a limit and got me some points. So all I can say is next time I'll just have to do a lot better. Go get them, and hey, maybe next time I have a W to the list.